Hey mamas, it's Kristen Noel, founder of the Intuitive Divorce. And I'm popping on here after just completing a podcast interview where I was interviewing an attorney. And this was the most refreshing conversation that I just wanted to share with you here because one of the biggest and most triggering aspects of divorce that is so anxiety provoking is the financial aspect, the distribution of assets, how much is going to be left afterward, and how much is it going to cost? And this conversation was really validation to a lot of what I say all the time about your need, particularly when you're divorce curious or you're just at the very early stages, how important it is to have clarity about what your goals are and what your objectives are. Because your attorney is not going to, he's not the person or she's not the person to tell you what you want. They're the person to help you get what you want in a legal process. And so, while that may sound very obvious, you'd be surprised, or maybe not, how many women who are all up in the feelings and they just run to an attorney's office and think that the attorney is going to guide them through the process, fix all the problems, and that they can hide behind them. But what is really of the utmost importance is for you to be clear on your objectives in broad strokes. How do I want to feel in this divorce? How do I want to get my kids through it? How do I want to feel afterwards that I conducted myself in a way in which I can, raise my head and have my shoulders back and know that I conducted myself with heart and intuition and integrity and also protected myself. So the part of this was so refreshing is that this attorney really validated the fact that family law is a system that's rigged against you. And if you don't take control of the process, it will take control of you. And more importantly, it will take control of your purse. And so endless fighting equals endless legal bills. And sometimes there are parts and parcel of this that we can't control. And things do get a little bit out of control, or we are a little surprised by it. But the more you lean into being less reactive and being more proactive, the more you lean into being really clear about what your objectives and desires are, the more that you nurture and support yourself, the more self awareness you can invoke, the more you're going to be grounded, the more you're going to be less reactive, the less anxiety ridden you're going to be. And this is going to put you in a much, much better frame of mind to get through it all because divorce goes on a lot longer than you can imagine. And there are many extenuating circumstances. And I want you to know that you can heal and live while divorcing. And there are good attorneys out there. And so I've got this podcast that'll be coming out soon. And there's a lot of information in there about how do I find the right attorney? What are the questions that I ask? How do I achieve my goals? And the bottom line is the first step, again, just in broad strokes, get clear about what you want. What is worth fighting for and what is not worth fighting for? And what is the price that I am willing to pay? So I know this is a really overwhelming time, but I just wanted to pop on to tell you that it was a really hopeful conversation and that there are people out there that are looking at divorce as a big picture because this involves not only division of your assets, this is going to involve co-parenting for a long time to come. It's going to involve your healing or not. So I am suspecting that if you are here listening to this in the intuitive divorce, that's what you want. And the mothers that I am working with and the mothers that are in our group coaching program, they are divorcing smarter. They are healing faster. They are protecting their kids. And you know what? They're reclaiming their lives. And I just want you to know that that's possible. And I know that perhaps from where you sit right now, that doesn't feel like what your life looks like. But I want you to know that it's possible. And another thing that I always impart upon the mothers that I work with is that if it's coming up for you right now, it means you're ready to heal it. So you are not alone. You do not need to be alone. You can be supported in the way that you wanted. And if that's what you want, check us out at intuitivedivorce.com and reach out to us. We've got so many assets on our website. Get on our newsletter list. Make sure that you're getting our newsletters into your inbox. We've got tons of strategies. We've got an app. We've got an online program. We've got individual coaching. Don't do this alone. Don't try to do this alone. I want you to set yourself up in the best possible way. And by setting yourself up in the best possible way, you're setting up your kids in the best possible way, and you're setting up your future in the best possible way. And you know what? You may be even trickling some wonderful, loving intention into your soon to be ex. Win win for all. Because trust me, you will be connected for a very long time. But most of all, I just want you to know that we are here for you. And there is a better way to a better divorce, and it's an intuitive divorce.